PC into my studio rather than relying on my red ants infected Chinese laptop. Now I see a microphone there, and I'm not sure whether I'm using my Blue Yeti or it's the microphone from my Logitech camera. It's a little bit confusing. So I'm going to push the mute button on this and see if you still get sound. All right, sound's still picking up. So I don't know where the sound's coming from. My preference is that it would be the Blue Yeti, but I haven't figured out how to turn off the device. So anyway, now we're back to the Blue Yeti, my beautiful Blue Yeti microphone that cost a fortune. You have to pay the Chinese who work for 3 cents an hour or something. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. So the Blue Yeti is what I'm using right now. I see the volumes are quite high here, but this is once again is just another test to see. I put the cap on so you can, my head is crooked. What's the deal? I have a crooked head here. The cap is on just so I can distinguish between the previous version and this version. Let me move this down here so I'm focused more over here. Reduce the size of myself so you guys can see the lovely Mahalisburg Mountains behind me. Okay, so I've got to get in the habit of looking up because I see myself looking down with this camera, which is very different than what I was doing before. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is simply, once again, a test. It's not a test of the emergency broadcast system. In fact, it's just a test of Chris White Africa. As I've switched to my, well, Ben, hey, it looks and sounds good. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that, Ben Duplessis. Yeah, this is an unannounced. I plan to do a stream a little bit later this afternoon, probably in about an hour and 35 minutes, since this looks like it's working. I just want to make sure we're set up properly. I'm really disappointed I keep misleading folks, and not misleading, but letting folks down with streams breaking midstream. So my camera's up here now, so I gotta get in the habit of looking up here, whereas with my laptop, it was kind of at my eye level and slightly down, so I was looking down at the camera. So I'll have to quickly switch to the mode that I'm looking at the camera, because it's been a long time since I was on television on a regular basis where I had to stare at the camera. And usually there's a cameraman that makes sure that even if you're not staring at the camera, that you'll be seen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, for those tuning in, there's 5 viewers in here on this test of the emergency. Hey, Herman, good to go. So Herman says it sounds good. Is the sound quality deep? Is it rich? Or does it sound like I'm talking in a submarine? That's what I'm trying to check on. Oh, it says Tian says the setup looks good. Well, thank you all. Buy a donkey. Buy a donkey. So listen, guys, I'm trying to set up a guest for Saturday, and it's either going to be a person who does investment and trade with Africa, or maybe a certain artist. I'm waiting to get a response back from there. I don't want to put them on the spot. But anyway, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in about an hour and 35 minutes. I'll go ahead and do a live stream for today. We'll talk about Trump issuing an executive order on social media. We'll also talk about the nonsense taking place in America. But briefly, I don't want to go into much detail on that because it's a very emotional issue for people on all sides of the political spectrum. And we'll talk about South Africa returning to drink today, which should be interesting. This is really weird for me. It's going to take me a while to get used to this, especially when I'm going to look over at the chat. I'm looking up at the camera. I have a little stand for it. I was going to put it right down here at a lower level, but this seems to be doing the tad bit boomy. Okay, well, the boomy might be me. So let me hang on. Okay, I've reduced my gain, but also I can do this here very quickly. All right, so that reduces the levels a bit. I do tend to talk loud, so let me know if this is a little bit better, folks. Is that less boomy than when I was talking just a moment ago? Let me know. Flash says, keep up the good work, Chris. Sound quality is excellent. Okay, maybe tune a bit. Sounds like a bit of a can. Yeah, my concern is that I'm not sure if it's picking up the microphone on Logitech, which I think I've turned off, or it's picking up the Blue Yeti, which should be quality sound. But when I turned the microphone off on the Logitech, there was still sound without the Blue Yeti being turned on. So I don't know if the PC has a microphone in it that it's picking stuff up that I can't identify. But anyway, I see myself looking down once again at myself on the image. I got to stop doing that. It's too soft. Okay, let me turn it back up a little bit then. Okay, so yeah, the booming is probably just me. Let me go back to what I used to do. All right, and I'll put the so the microphone's off to the side. That's where I normally keep the microphone. So all right, so how's that sound, guys? Better? You're a few seconds behind me with the delay, so I'll wait to see what people say. But yeah, okay, thank you, Herman. All right, cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got alcohol back in South Africa. Now it's just time to get the smokes turned back on. So we'll see what happens so that people don't have to zoll anymore. Anyway, so yeah, all right. So does that sound good now? Softer but better quality. Okay, Paulie says, you know what? I'm going to leave the settings right there. And when we get back to the stream, for those who tune in about an hour and a half, if you laptop mic. Well, I'm not on the laptop, Herman. I'm on my PC. So I don't know how to disable a PC microphone. I don't even know if there is one. But apparently there's a built-in one for the PC somewhere, because the software that I'm using for for the camera is Logitech, and that's the software that comes with it, and that's how I'm feeding the camera, and which is really good quality. If I look at the camera here, whoo, crystal clear, top quality 920 CS camera. And that microphone is on silent, so I'm not really sure. Okay, people are saying that's much better, so I'm going to leave the settings like they are, and we'll come back about an hour and a half. In the meantime, I'm going to go back and listen to this test that I was doing to see how it sounds. Folks, thanks for tuning in to my impromptu test. For those who come in about an hour and a half, I look forward to seeing you here as we've got a new studio set up so that we got better quality. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to drop off now, and I've got to make some adjustments here because it's a little different for me. But anyway, so all right, so I'm using a much more powerful computer with better quality video card and its own dedicated RAM. So hopefully the red ants will be defeated now and will not be an issue for me going forward. But you know, I still find myself looking down, so that's kind of weird. I'll have to adjust on that. All right, folks, going to shut down now. Thank you for helping out. Tian says search for sound devices and it should open a tab. Okay, thank you, Tian. That's actually, let me do that before I shut off then. Sound devices, let me get to the control panel. Thank you. I should have realized that on my own. I guess I'm here trying to do multiple things at once and I'm failing like Microsoft. Devices, okay, let's see what's under there. Audio devices, speakers, Yeti microphone, okay, audio, okay, speakers, okay, that's why. No, I don't want to remove them, I just want to shut it down. Well, that doesn't give me an option. Sound settings, okay. Okay, right, so no, it's okay, according to this, I'm using the Yeti microphone with the Yeti output and input. So, now, not a problem. Accordingly, I'm using, there's no other microphone, so it's just this one here. I think it's the room might have an effect. Okay, but video quality is good. Just now, see you just now. Okay, excellent. Thanks, Tian. I looked, but it is only the Blue Yeti that's running, so it's probably a question of the room still being kind of hollow. Don't have a lot of furniture or stuff in this room, but I will be filling it up with some more stuff in here, which will take up some of the sound and absorb it a little bit better. So anyway, this is pretty good, I think, though, from where we were, and we hopefully won't be running into the red ants anymore. Anyway, so all right, thanks everybody for your help. Yeah, no, thank you, Tian. That's not there. The only audio device there's 3 devices listed, and the only one that's active is this microphone. The Logitech mic is shut down, and the speakers are shut down for the audio card. So anyway, so according to Windows, as much as you can trust Bill Gates. Anyway, so there you have it. Great, and I don't even have the lights on. Let me put the lights on and see how that looks. All right, now it's going to wash me out, but it'll come back. Okay, there you go. That's with the lights on. A little bit better, you can see my eyes now. Although I noticed that with the laptop, you can never tell my eyes are blue. They look kind of, and the phone, they look kind of brownish. Anyway, all right, Tian says it sounds perfect. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Bye, Donkey. Bye, Donkey. Appreciate everybody's help. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and shut down now because I'm going to come back on in about an hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and post that now so that other people know about it. And I'll do a stream with the new studio setup, if for no other reason, because I have a new studio setup. And I've got to stop looking at myself on the screen. I've got to look up at the camera. That's got to be